to my channel. My name is Colleen of rebelstitcherdesigns, and today I am joined by my assistant in training, Findley. This is not going to be your typical FlossTube format. This video I will be going over my new releases that are for the Nashville needlework market. If you are a stitcher, a newer stitcher, you might be like, what is all this market stuff everybody's talking about? Market happens the first weekend in March. It is a wholesale show where designers, fabric dyers, makers of different things, they each set up a shop, basically like a pop-up shop in different rooms, different suites of an Embassy Suites hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. It is wholesale only. Shops travel there, purchase things, and bring them back to their customers to sell. It's kind of like the Super Bowl of the cross stitch world. It's like our big event. Excuse me. This year I have 5 market exclusives and 1 new release. A market exclusive is a design that is solely available to the shops who attend market for a limited amount of time, typically like a month or so. A lot of designers, I myself, do it exclusives as a thank you to the shops to take the time out of their schedule, the expense of coming, and give them a little something to say, I appreciate that, and that's why I make things exclusive. After the month is up post market, then the charts will be available for anyone, regardless of whether or not you attended market, through my distributor and on my website. So, but if you see something that you want right away, please reach out to your favorite stitchy store, whether it is a brick and mortar shop or an online needlework shop. They are all in the process right now of taking market pre-orders. So it helps them know what to buy. It helps you to ensure that you get the copies of the charts or the fabric or whatever that is your must-have item of market. And it helps the people who are exhibiting know how much to bring. So it works good for everybody. So market pre-orders are a good thing. Let's see, I think I got that out of the way. I'm really excited to show you my new releases. I've been working hard on them for so long. It's nice to be able to show you guys. I did post the pictures on social media, but I can kind of give you more of the details and kind of give you the inspiration or what I was thinking about when I was designing the pieces. So hopefully you enjoy this and see a couple things that you like to add to your market wish list or pre-orders for your favorite shops. So all my charts got printed. I have them in hand. So I kind of feel like I'm ahead of the game a little bit and I'm not scrambling. So that is yay team for that. So the first chart is Spring Quaker Bunnies and Chicks. All of my charts are printed on a heavy cardstock. I've got notes down here. So I think it's just nice to have like a nice, if you're using printed charts, I like a cardstock. Let's see, by the time market rolls around, we are all sick of winter. We're sick of winter stitching, doom and gloom weather. So I wanted to design something that just kind of embodies the happiness of spring. And to me, like, what does that better than bunnies and chicks and flowers? So I think my assistant needs a timeout. So hold on a minute. Okay, we'll see. He's chewing a bone on my lap. We'll see how long that lasts. This chart I had stitched, model stitched in a couple different colorways to kind of show stitchers some different options. The first is the full chart. This is not showing up quite as bright as it is in real life. But let's see. Let me give you the details here. The, what do you call it? The chart itself is 159 by 101 stitches. The fabric for this is beige gray. Let's see, 32 count beige gray by Extra Design. This floss is Sea Change by Cottage Garden Threads. And I just had this framed with a silver, frame. Bunnies, chicks, flowers. It's super springy. So that is one way. But I also had them stitched, and this is the entire chart done as a drum. And then this bunny motif just stitched again for the top. And fabric on the bottom. Jan Calvert finished all the soft, anything that's not framed, Jan Calvert of Finish the Stitch on Instagram finished for me. So this just shows you in a different way, colorway. The fabric for this, the colorway is Mermaid's Water by Fabrics by Laura, or Laura's Fabrics. I always get that mixed up. And the floss is Pink Lavender by Cottage Garden Threads. And the exciting thing is Cottage Garden Threads is going to be at market this year. So yay. So this is one way. This is the whole chart done as a drum. And then I also wanted to show that you can pull little motifs out. So this is just a little bunny as a little pillow. The smalls, the drum and that pillow were model stitched by Allison Norris. The big framed piece was Jennifer Gorski. And then I stitched these. So this is just the bunny and the chicks and the floral motif, and they're just finished as little pillows. Please ignore my ugly fingers. But again, you could pull all kinds of cute little motifs out of that and use them as smalls as well. Typical Colleen fashion, I didn't take notes of to what the fabric or the floss was on this, so I can't tell you that. But honestly, this chart is a good stash buster. You could really pick any floss and fabric combination that speaks spring to you, and you can't go wrong. As long as it makes you happy and feels springy, I think it's probably a good fabric choice. So that's my first market release, and that's a market exclusive. The next is, we'll stay in the flowery, springy kind of theme, is called Suzies Peony Pincushion. This is the chart. This is the front and back. And then I included a picture of a peony. It opens up, this chart. It's a fold out, again, printed on cardstock. And this is the model. This is just the sweetest thing in the world. And here is the back. Again, Jan really outdid herself with these antique buttons and this really sweet trim. Oh my goodness, this is just the cutest. So I talked about this chart while I was designing it a little bit a ways back, and the inspiration behind this is stories my mom used to tell about her childhood. Her uncle, my great uncle, was, as odd as this sounds, a peony farmer and grower, and he had a peony farm. And he would also create new species of peonies. And a lot of my family members have peonies named after them. Like my mom did, there's a Susie Walker peony, and all of that. So she said that she remembers as a little girl, her uncle bringing her bouquets of peonies that were so big she could barely wrap her arms around them as a little girl to hold them. And it made her feel so special. And whenever peonies bloom in the spring, that big burst of color with their big blooms, it always just makes me so happy. And they're so fleeting. I mean, you get a heavy wind or rain and they're down on the ground. So when peonies do come out, it's really special. So this is just a pincushion with a big bouquet, a basket of peonies. And then the chart does include an alphabet, so you can personalize it if you want with your initials or somebody that, excuse me, sir, or somebody that's important to you, or you could throw it on the ground like I just did. Like my mom's name was Suzanne. Everybody called her Susie when she was a girl, so that's why it's Susie's Peony Pincushion. Got the alliteration in there. So this is my next market exclusive, is the pincushion. The next, I'm just gonna get all the springy stuff out of the way. The next chart is called Let's Root for Each Other. If I could pick this chart up out of this little thing right here. Okay. Let's root for each other, and this is the chart. The stitch count on this is 129 by 59 stitches. And this is the model. Let's root for each other. It depicts, I think, 7 root vegetables. Bonus points if you can name all the different vegetables. And it just has a punny, positive message with gardening on fabric on the back. There's so much negativity in the world right now that I think we could all use a reminder to be each other's, root for each other and be each other's kind of cheerleaders, if you will. This was stitched on 16 count Aida Cauldron Spill by Laura's Fabrics, and it's the floss is a mix of Gentle Arts and Classic Colorworks, and I think one DMC. So this is just, if you're a gardener or if you just like the message, I thought this was a really fun model, a fun design. Jan does this cool thing where she puts these little things and you can adjust this. So you can make it as tall or as short as you want. See that? I'm not quite sure where she gets those things, but she's just so talented. Awesome finisher. I model stitched this one. Let's see. And that is a market exclusive. Sorry, I gotta grab my notes here. The next one, we're gonna change courses drastically, completely change gears. This chart is called the Birmingham Girls Sampler. The inspiration for this chart, let me show you. Why don't I show you the thing first before I start talking about it? This is Birmingham Girls Sampler. How this chart came about is I actually was listening to NPR in the car, and they were doing a story about the 1963 16th Street church bombing, and it got me thinking, in Birmingham, Alabama, and it got me thinking about the girls that were killed in that hate crime, and Finley, get down, and how they were the school-age kind of girls, and they are kind of the age of sampler stitchers that we all covet, samplers by, and they kind of, their lives were snuffed out before they were able to make their own sampler. Not that I'm saying that I know that these girls were sampler stitchers or stitchers at all. That's just kind of how the gears started working in my mind. And I was like, I want to create a sampler that honors these girls. So I created this. I didn't want it to be somber. I wanted it to be bright and cheerful because these were young girls. So it has the 4 girls' names on here, and then this, I designed a rendition of this is what the church looks like. In the center is this flower kind of tree thing with, I used a lot of traditional motifs, and the 4 bluebirds represent the 4 girls. I was completely honored that Deb Rucker of Stitches of Heritage agreed to do the model stitching for this. And I also, oh my goodness. And I also wanted to let everybody know that a portion of the sales, the proceeds of the sales for this chart will be donated to the NAACP. The stitch count on this design is 135 by 100 inches. This was stitched on 36 count dirty brown by Extra Design, and it is a mix of mainly classic colorworks and I think 3 gentle arts. So, and let's see, the fabric for this, I already said that, never mind. So hopefully this is, this chart again is a market exclusive, and it's printed on cardstock. I have a picture of the girls and a little information about the church, and which is a historic landmark now, and hopefully we can raise some money for the NAACP with the sales from that chart. The last market exclusive I have is called Fluent in Foul Language. Here it is. Look at this fun little rooster fabric on the back. Let me grab the chart so I can show you. It's right under here. So here's the chart. This model was stitched by Jen Gorski. She does a lot of model stitching for me because she is just so precise, and her stitches are beautiful, and she is fast. The design is 77 by 75 stitches. This was stitched with 1 strand of floss on 18 count Molly by Grace Notes Fabrics. This is stitched or charted entirely in DMC, so that's super easy. And this is just a fun, silly little chart for the potty mouth stitcher. So this would make a great little gift, or a smalls exchange if you knew nobody would be offended. But this is just super fun. Fluent in Foul Language. Just a, I guess I was feeling kind of punny this time around between the root for each other and foul language. But this is the last market exclusive. And then I do have one more new release, but it is not going to be an exclusive because it was already released to some extent. Let me show you what I mean. This chart, or this design, was previously a part of a Halloween advent box through Patchwork Rabbit out of the UK. So some people already have this chart, but if you weren't one of the lucky ones that got the Halloween advent box, you didn't miss out because you can still get this chart. It's called Moonlight Garden, and it depicts a little pumpkin-headed lady tending to her candy corn garden by moonlight. And here it is. I have another small Halloween chart called Trick or Treat, where it's like a pumpkin-headed guy and he's going trick-or-treating. These two are similar in size and like work well together. This is stitched on 20 count Ada Old Gold by Fiber on a Whim. And I just love this little lady. Excuse me. It is, again, almost all classic colorworks with like 1 DMC and 1 Gentle Arts, I believe. And just a super fun little Halloween small. This one will be available. This is not an exclusive. This will go straight to the distributors aftermarket, and you can get that, but you can still put pre-orders in for it. So those are all my market exclusives, releases, all of that good stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed some of them. I appreciate you sitting here and listening to me talk about them. Hopefully you learned a little bit about how my mind worked or what I was thinking about when I designed them. And if you see anything that you are interested in stitching, please don't hesitate to reach out to your needlework shop to place an order. And I will have a regularly scheduled FlossTube, if you will, that's a normal format soon, in the next week or so. But I just wanted to give everybody a heads up about my new market releases. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Somebody finally settled down now that I'm done. But here, you want to sit? Oh, sleepy boy. He's too sleepy. See you next time. Thank you.